So it is passed through a common fiber. Okay, and from common fiber it is connected to your receiver. Okay, it is connected to your receiver. Suppose you can say, suppose there are 10 different computers at a point or at the transmitting end, and suppose there are 10 different computer at the receiving end. Okay, and each computer, okay, or each transmitter is connected through a single fiber. Okay, so you can check this cylinder. Okay, so this is one common fiber through which the communication normally takes place between your transmitter and receiver. So due to any problem, so if any of the network fails, okay, between a transmitter and receiver, so still communication exists between your other transmitter and receiver. But the problem is of this type of network is it is normally used for your when the distance between your transmitter and the receiver is low, and this type of structure or passive star connection normally used. Okay, passive star connection normally used. Okay, so in this design, so you can say each interface has a fiber running from a transmitter to a silica cylinder. So this is your silica cylinder with the incoming fibers fused to one end of the cylinder. Okay, so suppose this is your incoming fibers, okay, which is fused to this cylinder. Points as well as your limited distance. Okay, as well as your limited distance. Okay, so next one is your comparison. Okay, so next write down the comparison between your fiber optics and copper wire. Okay, because as we already discussed these different transmission media. Okay, so if you first one is your twisted number, is your two is your coaxial cable, Okay, and it is mainly used copper wire, and the third one is your fiber optics. Okay, and fiber optics has a larger bandwidth as compared to your copper wire. So if the bandwidth of any cable or transmission media is large, so you can transmit more bits per second, or data rate can be high. Okay, data rate can be high. So if you compare, so comparison of your fiber optics and copper wire. Okay, so I'll write down the comparison of fiber optics and copper wire. Okay, so if you compare this fiber optics with copper wire, so fiber optics, first point write down, fiber optics can handle much higher bandwidth. Fiber optics can handle much higher bandwidth than copper. Okay, number one is, these are the advantages associated with your fiber optics as compared to your copper wire. The first one is fiber optics can handle, fiber optics can handle, fiber optics can handle much higher bandwidth than copper. Okay, so if the bandwidth associated with any transmission media or communication channel is more, so the data rate is also more. Okay, so if you compare, the data rate in case of a fiber optic cable is more as compared to your copper wire. Okay, as the bandwidth of your fiber optics is more. Fiber optics can handle much higher bandwidth than copper. This is first one. Number two, due to low attenuation in fiber optics. Okay, so attenuation in fiber optics is low as compared to your copper wire. So due to the low attenuation in fiber optics, repeaters are needed only about every 50 kilometer on long line. The second one, write down, due to the low attenuation in fiber optics, repeaters are needed only about every 50 kilometer on long line, only about every 50 kilometer on long line. Whereas in case of your copper, okay, so it need one repeater in every 5 kilometer. Okay, so as the repeaters in case of your fiber optics, as the repeater it requires is less. Okay, so naturally the cost saving. Okay, so the cost is also less, or you can say a substantial cost saving. Due to the low attenuation in fiber optics, repeaters are needed only about every 50 kilometer a long line versus every 5 kilometer per copper. Okay, so it is a cost saving. Okay, number three. Number three advantage is, write down, fiber also has the advantages of not being affected by power surge, electromagnetic interference, okay, or power failure, okay, or power failure, nor it is affected by corrosive chemicals in the air, making it ideal for harsh factory environment. Okay, so this is another advantage associated with your fiber as compared to your copper wire. Okay, so it is not affected by your power surges, electromagnetic interference, or power failure, nor it is affected by any chemical reaction. Okay, so due to your environment pollution, or due to your chemical, or due to your any chemical reaction. Okay, so it is not affected. Okay, so making it ideal for harsh factory environment. Okay, so this is the third advantage. Number four is fiber optics is thin and lightweight. Okay, so if you compare fiber optics, fiber optics is thin and lightweight. Okay, fiber optics is thin, fiber optics is thin and lightweight as compared to your copper wire. Is thin and lightweight as compared to your copper wire. So this is another advantage of your fiber optics as compared to your copper wire. It is thin and lightweight, thin and lightweight. Okay, so next is, also fiber is much lighter than copper, which greatly reduce the need for expensive mechanical support system that must be maintained. Also, fiber is much lighter than copper. Also, fiber is much lighter than copper, which greatly reduces the need for expensive mechanical support systems that must be maintained. Okay, so as it is lightweight, so for mechanical support system during your transmission, okay, so it is less costly as compared to your copper wire. Okay, so this is, or you can say the uh, cost associated with your mechanical support system, okay, to handle or to hold this fiber optics is less as compared to your copper wire. Okay, so this is another advantage. So next advantage is, for new routes, fiber win hands down due to it much lower installation cost. Okay, so next advantage is, okay, for different new connection. So this fiber optics has lower installation cost. Okay, lower installation cost. Okay, so this is another advantage. And the next advantage is fiber do not leak light and are quite difficult to tap. Okay, so if you consider the security purpose, okay, if you consider the in the sea, the fiber optics in security sense, okay, it is more secured. Okay, it is more secure as compared to your copper wire. Okay, so fiber do not leak light, but in case of your copper wire, as it is in the form of your electromagnetic form, okay, electromagnetic form, basically it radiates. Okay, so by capturing this radiation, okay, so by tapping, okay, by tapping this copper wire, okay, so we can uh, extract the data. Okay, there is a chance, okay, that it may lose the security. Okay, so fiber do not leak light and are quite difficult to tap. Okay, so this property gives fiber excellent security. Okay, so this is another advantage. So fiber optical fiber is more secure. Okay, secure as compared to your copper wire. Okay, so as compared to your copper wire. Okay, so these are the advantages associated with your fiber optics as compared to your uh, uh, copper wire. So what are the disadvantages associated with your fiber optics as compared to your copper wire? So is, if you compare, so fiber is a less familiar technology requiring skill. Okay, so not all engineers have, and fiber can be damaged easily by being bent too much. Okay, so these are the two disadvantages. Number one is to install like any fiber optics. Okay, so this skilled personnel requirement of your skilled personnel is necessary. Okay, but in case of your which is not nowadays, which is not in case of your copper wire installation. Okay, so the first one is, the first disadvantage is this uh, fiber optics needs your expert personnel, okay, or skilled personnel, okay, to install it. Number two is fiber can be damaged easily. Okay, so that is the second disadvantage associated with your fiber optics. Okay, so now first disadvantage is for installations, skill person, requirement of your skill engineer or person is required. Number two is it is damaged easily. Okay, it is damaged easily. Okay, next one is since optical transmission is inherently unidirectional, so two-way communication requires either two fibers or two frequency bands on the fiber. Okay, or two frequency bands on the fiber, or two frequency bands on the fiber. Okay, or two frequency bands on the fiber. But if you take the case of your copper, so with the same wire we can transmit as well as your receive. Okay, we can transmit as well as your receive. Okay, and number three is finally fiber interfaces cost more than electrical interfaces. Okay, finally fiber interfaces cost more than electrical interfaces. So suppose there are two network, okay, or suppose there are two fibers, okay, coming from your two different network. Okay, so to interface these two fibers, okay, is costly. Okay, is costly as compared to your copper wire. Suppose one is using your laser light to transmit, another one is your suppose LED, as we discussed in the last class. Okay, so this matching or tuning of this wavelength, okay, is necessary. Okay, so to tuning this wavelength, we require different interferometer. Okay, so which is costly as compared to your electrical interfaces. Okay, which is costly as compared to your electrical interfaces. Okay, so these are the disadvantage associated with your fiber optics as compared to your copper cable. Number one is it requires skilled personnel to install it. Number two is so it is damaged easily. Okay, number three is so requires to it is difficult with using the same fiber optics. It is not communicate in both the direction. And number four is your the interface cost is more in case of your fiber optics as compared to your uh, copper wire. Okay, so these are the advantage and disadvantages associated with your fiber optics. Okay, so next we will discuss next part of this chapter is your all of you write down this is your wireless transmission. Next write down this wireless transmission. Next write down wireless transmission. Wireless wireless transmission. Wireless transmission. So this is all about what we discussed till now. This is all about your different transmission media. Okay, like number one is we have discussed magnetic media. Number two is your twisted pair. Then your coaxial cable. Okay, then we have just completed this fiber optics. Okay, fiber optics. Then the next part of this chapter is your wireless transmission. Okay, wireless transmission. Next is wireless transmission. Okay, wireless transmission. So normally this wireless transmission is required or essential for mobile users. So for mobile users. Okay, so if your computing device or computer or laptop are in your moving format, okay, so if you need any network to communicate with each other during from one location to another, okay, so if your device is not fixed, okay, so in this case, this wireless transmission plays an important role. Okay, so you can say for mobile users, this wireless transmission is vital. Okay, so for mobile users, wireless transmission is vital. So in some cases also these fixed devices, okay, also need this wireless communication or wireless transmission. Okay, suppose there are two buildings, it is not physically possible to interconnect both the building. Okay, so through your any coaxial cable or fiber optics cable. So it is suppose it is not possible. Okay, suppose there are two buildings, okay, associated with your same office or same company or different organizations. Okay, suppose one hill, okay, suppose one hill or you can say one river or any due to some physical constraint, suppose it is not possible to interconnect them. So in this case wireless transmission plays an important role to interconnect with each other. Okay, so nowadays some people if you compare this wired connection, that is your fiber optics or you can say coaxial cable or you can say twisted pair. Okay, so nowadays some people believe that the future, so if you consider the future, okay, holds only two kinds of communication. Okay, holds only two kinds of communication. If you look into the future, so the future holds only two kinds of communication. Number one is you can fiber optics communication. Number two is your wireless communication. Okay, so if you think about your suppose 25 years or future. Okay, so all the coaxial cable, or you can say all the twisted pair, may be obsolete, and it is replaced with your fiber optics. Okay, it is replaced with your fiber optics, or okay, so all the devices, okay, may be connected through your wireless. Okay, so in future there is a chance, okay, so only two types of your communication or network exist. That may be either your fiber communication, or you can say your wireless communication. Okay, wireless communication, right? So all fixed, that is non-mobile computer, telephones, that doesn't mean that only the mobile devices need this wireless transmission. Okay, sometimes some fixed computers or fixed computing devices also need, okay, so need this wireless transmission or wireless communication. Okay, so all fixed computers, telephones, faxes, and so on will use fiber, and all mobile one will use wireless. Okay, so if you consider in some cases, okay, so it is also required, okay, to interconnect different devices, though they are fixed. Okay, it is also required to communicate with the help of your wireless transmission. But if you consider in general, all fixed computer or telephones, okay, faxes, okay, so they can be used using your fibers. Okay, and all mobile phones must use your wireless to communicate with each other. Okay, and wireless has advantages for even fixed devices in some circumstances, as we discussed. Okay, in some cases where it is not possible to interconnect the fixed devices using your fiber optic cable or any coaxial cable. So in this case, so this wireless transmission is the only choice, okay, to communicate with your fixed devices. Okay, so wireless has advantages for even fixed devices in some circumstances. That means if it is not physically possible to interconnect with your different fiber or your any communication medium. Okay, so wireless transmission is the only choice. And if you consider these for mobile devices, normally wireless transmission is the only choice. Okay, is the only choice to communicate with each other. For fixed devices, so one can use this either this wireless transmission, or they can use these different types of your fiber optics, or you can say using your coaxial cable to interconnect with each other. Okay, so today we'll discuss in detail about your wireless transmission, and how this wireless transmission basically takes place between two devices. Okay, so we'll discuss in details about this wireless transmission. Okay, so wireless transmission. So next add-ons in wireless transmission. So first we have to know this electromagnetic spectrum. Number one, first add-on, the electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum. So you must have a term, heard about the term that is spectrum. Okay, so allotment of spectrum. Okay, so that means each communication network. Okay, suppose if you consider, suppose BSNL, or if you consider this Geo, or if you consider this Airtel. Okay, so each generally communicate using a certain spectrum. That means each network normally assign a particular frequency band. Okay, so that they can use that particular frequency band, okay, for your communication purpose, okay. So the what this is the necessity, or this is the importance to know the what is your electromagnetic spectrum, and how it helps for to communicate with your mobile devices. Okay, so how this electromagnetic wave or electromagnetic radiation normally helps to communicate between your two mobile devices. Okay, so when electron moves, okay, so this is the basic principle how basically the communication takes place, okay, through wireless communication. So when electron moves, they create electromagnetic wave. Okay, they create electromagnetic wave, that can propagate, through space. Okay, they can propagate through space, they can propagate through space, or even in vacuum. Okay, when electron move, they create electromagnetic, write down, when electron move, they create electromagnetic wave that can propagate through space. Okay, so this is the basic principle of your antenna. Okay, so this is the basic principle of your antenna. So whenever in any antenna, okay, so if you circulate any electron, or if you give any supply or electric supply, okay, so due to this movement of your electron, okay, so it creates one electromagnetic wave. Okay, it creates one electromagnetic wave, and this electromagnetic wave, okay, is able to propagate in space, okay, or even in vacuum. Okay, right, even in vacuum. So if you whenever you pass any electric through any copper wire, suppose, okay, it also generates some electromagnetic wave. Okay, or you can say electromagnetic generates some electromagnetic radiation, and this electromagnetic radiation, okay, normally travels, okay, propagate through space. Okay, but how much distance it travel through space, it depends upon its different physical characteristics, like what is the frequency, what is the wavelength, or you can say what is the wavelength associated with this electromagnetic wave, or like this. Okay, suppose you are, whenever you are transmitting any normal electric supply, okay, the frequency associated with it, your 50 hertz. Okay, so 50 hertz, so it also generate one electromagnetic wave, and this electromagnetic wave also propagate, okay, to certain distance. Okay, but how much distance it will cover, so it depends upon totally the frequency associated with it. So this frequency is one of the important factor, okay, associated with your electromagnetic transmission. Okay, electromagnetic transmission. Okay, so the frequency plays an important role. Okay, so in case of your electromagnetic transmission. Okay, so the number of oscillations. Okay, so you must have heard what is term or know about this term. What is the frequency? Okay, so the number of oscillations per second, the number of oscillations per second of a wave, the number of oscillations, per second of a wave, the number of oscillations per second of a wave is called the frequency and is measured in hertz. So if you consider your domestic supply, so it consists of your 50 hertz. That means if you measure, okay, so the sinusoidal signal, okay, oscillate 50 times, okay, 50 times per second, okay, or it oscillate 50 times per second. Okay, so the number of oscillations per second of a wave is called its frequency f. Okay, and it's measured in hertz. Okay, measure. Suppose 50 hertz means 50 cycles per second. 1 hertz means 1 cycle per second. Okay. And if you consider the wavelength, the distance between two consecutive maxima or minima is called normally the wavelength, and which is universally designated as your letter lambda. Okay. So these are the basic parameters associated with your electromagnetic wave. Number one is your frequency, and number two is your wavelength. Okay, and they are interrelated. So if you know the frequency, you can calculate what is the wavelength, or you can say if you know the wavelength, so you can calculate what is the frequency associated with any electromagnetic wave. The distance between two consecutive maxima or minima is called the wavelength, which is universally designated by lambda. Okay, so what is the basic principle? So note down the fourth point. When an antenna of the appropriate size, when an antenna of the appropriate size is attached to an electrical circuit, when an antenna of the appropriate size is attached to an electrical circuit, the electromagnetic waves can be broadcast. The electromagnetic waves can be broadcast efficiently and received by receiver some distance away. Okay, so this is important. When an antenna of the appropriate size, okay, normally, so in electronics there is a principle, okay, always the antenna length, okay, is comparable with your wavelength, is comparable with your for perfect or efficient transmission and reception. Normally the antenna length, okay, is comparable or it is approximately same, okay, approximately nearly equal to the wavelength, okay, it is equal to the wavelength. So if the wavelength is equal to the length of any wave is equal to suppose 1 meter, okay, so if the antenna length is also 1 meter, so then only it can transmit or receive efficiently, okay, right? So depending upon the wavelength, okay, so the normally the antenna is designed, okay, normal the antenna is designed, okay, so when an antenna of the appropriate size is attached to an electrical circuit, the electromagnetic wave can be broadcast efficiently and received by a receiver some distance away, okay, and all wireless communication is based on this principle, okay, based on this principle. So depending upon the wavelength, okay, so first you have to design one antenna, okay, and if you apply this electric supply, okay, through this antenna, so it generates, okay, it generates one electromagnetic wave and which is capable to propagate, okay, from one point to another point, okay, and the receiving end, okay, so you have to receive this signal, okay, this electromagnetic wave by using your another antenna, okay, so that you can convert to your original signal, okay, so this is the basic principle associated with your all wireless communication, okay, it's based on this principle, okay. So always in case of your wireless communication, so two antennas are associated with it. One is your transmitting antenna, number two is your receiving antenna, okay, so both the antennas are connected with your electrical circuit, okay, so whenever it is connected to your electrical circuit, so one antenna can transmit, okay, and at the other end it receive the same and again convert to your electrical signal form, okay, and you have to convert your original signal. So this is the basic principle associated with. So in so if you relate this frequency and your wavelength, so they are related by your lambda f is equal to c, okay, lambda is equal to wavelength of the electromagnetic wave, and f is the frequency, and c, okay, c is the velocity of light, okay, so c is the velocity of light, okay. So in vacuum, all, see, this is one important expression, so write down lambda f is equal to c, lambda f is equal to c. In vacuum, all electromagnetic waves travel at the same speed no matter what is their frequency, okay. So this speed usually called the speed of light c, and approximately c is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, okay. So in copper or fiber, okay, so in copper or fiber, so if it is travel through your space, okay, so it is approximately uh, 10 approximately same as your speed of light. But if it is propagate, suppose through your copper and fiber, okay, the speed, okay, slows to about 2 by 3 of this value and becomes slightly frequency dependent, okay. So and the speed of light is the ultimate speed limit, okay. So you can note down if lambda f is equal to c, okay. So if the frequency associated with your electromagnetic wave known, you can calculate the wavelength, or if wavelength is known, you can calculate what is the frequency, okay. So since c is a constant, so if you know f, we can find lambda and vice versa. So similarly, for if you consider, for example, suppose 100 megahertz, suppose the frequency is 100 megahertz, okay. So wave, if you calculate the wavelength, so this equal to lambda equal to psi f, or c is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 6, okay. So divided by your 100 megahertz. So if you calculate, or 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 100, so what is the wavelength? That is equal to 3 meter. Similarly, if you consider the frequency of the electromagnetic wave is 1000 megahertz, then the wavelength, if you calculate using this expression, that is equal to 0.3 meter long. Similarly, if you consider the wavelength, suppose 0.1 meter wave has a frequency of 3000 megahertz. Okay, so if you know any of the values, so you can calculate the next value. Okay, so next is, as the it is the frequency of transmission is one of the important parameters. So this frequency are divided into different spectrum. Okay, different spectrum. So you can in your copy, this is very important. So in your copy, all of you draw this diagram. Also, what are the different frequency band? Okay, what are the different frequency band associated and used for your communication? Okay, and depending upon the frequency band, it has different name. Okay, it has different name. So this figure, all of you write down in your copy. So the electromagnetic spectrum and its use, for communication. The electromagnetic spectrum and its use for communication. So what frequency band? Okay, so they are using. Okay, so all the frequency band have a different use depending upon the application. So you note down your copy. So the first one, so you can say, so naming according to your different frequency. Okay, so this frequency starts from your 10 to the power 0 to 10 to the power 24. So you can check the first one. The frequency starts from 10 to the power 0 to 10 to the power 24, 10 to the power 24, 10 to the power 0 to 10 to the power 24. Okay, so if you consider this frequency range from 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 8. So it on your radio frequencies 10 to the power 4. So you can write down your copy. So from 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 8. The first part of this diagram, okay, 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 8. So it is known as your radio frequencies. Okay, select from your 10 to the power 8. Okay, 10 to the power 8 to around 10 to the power 12. Okay, so 10 to the power 8 to 10 to the power 12 is your high frequency. 10 to the power 14, 12 to 10 to the power 14. Okay, so it is normally known as your infrared frequency. Infrared frequency. Okay, and in between your infrared frequency range and your ultraviolet. Okay, this is comes under your visible light. Okay, so it is your visible light. So it is your 10 to the power 14. Okay, 10 to the power 14 to 10 to the power 16. 10 to the power 14 to 10 to the power 16. It comes under your ultraviolet frequency range. Okay, then all of you write down in copy. Alright. 10 to then your 10 to the power 16. 10 to the power 16 to 10 to the power 22. 10 to the power 16 to 10 to the power 22. Okay, it comes under your X-ray. Okay, then from these are the different frequency range. Okay, according to the frequency range, the frequency band have different name. Okay, so then your gamma ray comes under your frequency range 10 to the power 22 to 10 to the power 24. 10 to the power 22 to 10 to the power 24. Okay, 10 to the power 24. Okay, and normally the frequency band from radio frequency band to ultraviolet frequency band. Okay, so normally used for your communication purpose. Normally used for your communication purpose. Okay, this frequency band normally used for your communication purpose. Okay, so if you consider the second diagram, so all of you draw this second diagram. So we'll discuss in detail in next class. So all of you draw the second diagram. So if you consider the frequency range starts from your 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 16. Okay, so that is normally used for your communication purpose. So if you consider 10 to the power this twisted pair, okay, twisted pair normally used frequency range from 10 to the power 4 to around 10 to the power 8. Similarly, coaxial cable, okay, coaxial cable normally use frequency and from, that means the lower frequency it can use 10 to the power 5 to 10 to the power 9, it is around, okay. So within this frequency band this coaxial cable normally used, okay. Then for satellite communication they are using 10 to the power 9 to 10 to the power 11. Similarly, for your terrestrial microwave communication they are using 10 to the power 9 to 10 to the power 10. Okay, so for maritime communication they use this radio frequency range, okay, and this is for AM radio, that is amplitude modulation radio, okay. And the next one is for FM radio, okay. And for TV transmission they are using this frequency band, okay. And for terrestrial microwave communication they are using this frequency to the power 9 10 to the power 10. And if you compare, okay, for fiber optics, okay, so their frequency band is maximum or having larger bandwidth. So you can check the bandwidth associated with this fiber optics is around 10 to the power 14 to 10 to the power 15, okay, 10 to the power 14 to, so the frequency band associated with your fiber optics is more, okay, as compared to your other communication. That's why as the bandwidth associated with your fiber optics is around 10 to the power 15, okay, that's why the data rate in case of your fiber optics is maximum as compared to your other communication, okay, is maximum as compared to your other communication, okay. So these are the different division of your electromagnetic spectrum based on their range, okay, frequency range, okay. They are different types, okay. So in next class we will discuss in details, so what are the different use of this different wave, or how, what is the naming of this low frequency, mid frequency, or how they are used and how they are related to your data rate, we'll discuss in next class. So all of you appear a quiz test. All of you check chat box and appear the quiz test. Simultaneously respond your roll call. Abhijit Raut, Abhijit Raut, Ankit Das,
Present, sir.
Abhijit Raut,
Sir, Ankit present.
yes, Simon Pradhan, then Partha Sarathi Malik,
Present, sir.
Tanya Jha,
Present, sir.
Asutosh Mishra,
Yes, sir.
Nikhil Kumar, Rahul Senapati,
Yes, sir, present.
Ayushman Roy,
Present, sir.
चंद्रकांत गुप्ता,
Present, sir.
आस्ते आस्ते, अतीश राज, अतीश राज, ज्योतिष नायक,
Jyotish Naik present, sir.
प्रत्युष पटेल, प्रत्युष पटेल,
Present, sir.
अनूप कुमार मुखर्जी, हरिओम कुमार, हरिओम कुमार,
Yes, sir.
संदीप मिश्र,
Present, sir.
त्रिविक्रम पटनायक,
Present, sir.
स्मृति रंजन बिश्वाल,
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
राजीव दुबे, राजीव दुबे, सिकृत मोदक,
Present, sir.
संबित कुमार साहू, संबित कुमार साहू, कृष्ण मुरारी शर्मा, कृष्ण मुरारी शर्मा, रेहन अहमद खान, दिव्य प्रकाश नायक,
Present, sir.
काकन चटराज,
Present, sir.
आशुतोष सिन्हा, देवज्योति दास,
Present, sir.
शिखर स्वरूप,
Present, sir.
सौम्य महापात्र,
Present, sir.
शीर्षक सामंतराय,
Present, sir.
अनन्या लेंका,
Present, sir.
श्रुति नम्र महापात्र,
Present, sir.
खुशी,
Present, sir.
निरंजन पल्ली,
Present, sir.
शिबलू दास,
Sir.
निकिता रोजालिन साहू,
Present, sir.
कृष्णा सामल,
Present, sir.
अभिषेक,
Present, sir.
कईफ मोहम्मदी, कईफ मोहम्मदी, अंजलि गौरव,
Present, sir.
प्रियव्रत दास, प्रियव्रत दास, दिव्य दर्शन,
Present, sir.
अलीशा पटनायक,
Present, sir. Present, sir.
आदित्य,
Present, sir.
दीक्षा कुमारी, अमृत कौर,
Present, sir. Present, sir. Amrit.
राजेश कुमार पाड़ी, राजेश कुमार पाड़ी, सत्यनारायण सिंह,
Present, sir.
प्रज्वल कुमार,
Yes, sir.
रूपम कुमार मेहर,
Yes, sir.
okay. So those who have completed the quiz, they may leave. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.